On today's show, Cooper Flagg is getting shut down for Summer League. The right choice, but have we seen enough of Cooper Flagg this summer? We'll talk about that and more today's On Mavs. Stop it! Let's go! Stop! The number one pick will go to the Dallas Mavericks. Cooper Flagg will fly in Dallas.
Dogs, all of us, all five.
You are Locked On Mavs. Great. Your daily Dallas Mavericks podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Still can't leave.
Your team every day.
I'm going to get a city like that.
And welcome. You are locked on to the Dallas Mavericks, your team every day. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member covering the Dallas Mavericks for 10 years. Thanks for being in every day or making Locked On Mavs your first listen each and every day. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. And joining me, as always, my co-host, media member covering the Mavs for 10 years, right alongside me, the WAP wonder, the one more thing king. What you got for me, Isaac Harris?
I want more Cooper Flagg. I'm sorry, I can't get enough. It's like a drug. We can't quit it. And I need more Cooper Flagg basketball.
End of September, October.
God, it sucks.
Media day last year was September 30th, so
we got a bit. But guys, you know what?
Well, we just counted looking at the offseason, 11 weeks.
We get asked this every single year. Every year.
Every day of my life I get asked this question.
Hey, what do you guys do in the offseason? Literally since 2017, we've been asked this question. You're like, you know what? It never stops. This show goes on 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. This has been the thing. If you're an OG, if you're part of the Raccoon Squad, then you know that this show goes on every single day throughout the offseason, and we have some fun stuff planned. So, yeah, we're still with you every morning, every night, whatever time frame.
We'll be right here. We'll be on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Castbox, KFAA every day. We'll be there as well. Today's episode, we're going to get into Cooper Flagg getting shut down for Summer League. Did we see enough of Cooper Flagg? And what did we see and what did we learn from him? Then let's talk about what we want out of this Mavs Summer League team next without Cooper Flagg. I'm fascinated to see how it's going to actually function without Cooper Flagg.
Are you fascinated?
Considering the offensive load that he's had. Fascinating is like it's okay, there's tiered versions of it. Like I'm fascinated to know like Nico Harrison's real thoughts about this current team and his vision.
Okay. You're just excited for Miles Kelly. That's all
Love my guy Miles Kelly. Well, let's start here, Isaac Harris. Cooper Flagg gets shut down according to Mark Stein. We had heard this, that he was only going to play 2 games. I was excited that he got to play 2 games. I was out there. We did shows out there, and so you can go listen to those episodes about Cooper Flagg and how he played in his first 2 Summer League games and only 2 Summer League games and probably the only 2 Summer League games of his career, because we saw him go out there and we saw him play, and to me there was many moments during both games where he looked like the best player on the court. And that's what you want from your number one pick, the guy that is supposed to be leading your franchise into the future, into the great beyond, hopefully for decades coming forward. Now they're shutting him down with 2 games. As I heard this, I knew it was coming. I had been telling everybody in the text line forever that it was going to just be 2 games probably. I was telling everybody that I talked to at Summer League it's probably just going to be 2 games. And yet it made me think, what's the point of even playing him 2 games? If it's only going to be 2 games, that's the question that I kind of got stuck with today, where I was like, wait a minute. I know that this is a thing. It was going to be a thing. It was said it was going to be a thing. And then I just thought, well, what's the point of even him playing the 2 games? Is 41 shots enough? It's a great number, but is that enough shots? Is 60 minutes against ball pressure when he was the lead ball handler at times? Is that enough to even help him grow? Is 2 games enough? Like, did we see enough of Cooper Flagg?
No, I mean, I think you always selfishly want more as a fan. But the reasoning behind you play a guy like Cooper Flagg, you know what, it helps out a fan base that's been down bad. So, I think if, there's a lot of basketball reasons why. I mean, all the top prospects typically always play at least a game or 2. And it's fun. It's fun for the league. It's fun for fans. It's fun for them just to get out there and get some run with their new team. Considering the last time they played was either with their overseas team or a college team, whatever. But specifically for the Mavericks, I mean, we know what the last months, ever since February and the trade and the Luka fallout and all the different stuff. I mean, it's no matter where you stand on it and everybody shouts and is like, get over it, or I will never get over it.
You're not talking about it enough.
There is, the polarizing sides are insane. It's still made like the fan base a collective. It was a tough stretch. Like the fan base is going through the mud for the most part, and just all the fallout from it. So if there's ever a time that you need your next franchise cornerstone that you lucked into and was awesome, and it's awesome. Like, we're so thankful that they lucked into Cooper Flagg. If there's ever a time you need Cooper Flagg to suit up with Dallas across his chest and for the whole fan base to get excited again about basketball and to see a stud out there just like and dreaming about the future and having hope and energy again for your fan base, that's what those 41 shots does, and those, the 63 out of 80 minutes that you can possibly play out there. There's a lot of people excited, and there's a lot of like Mavs fans and stuff randomly in my life that's like, dude, what about this Cooper kid? Like, is he that good? And it's brought a different conversation buzz around being a Mavs fan that they desperately needed.
They played Cooper Flagg for vibes?
Maybe.
Functionally, I look at it, and yeah, obviously they needed the vibes. They needed to be better. NBA Summer League, as just a construct, needed Cooper Flagg to play. I talked to some people that run it, and they were like, "Are you sure he's only going to play 2 games? Like, okay, are we sure we can't get a third out of him?" And I was like, it just doesn't sound like it to me. He's gonna play more.
But everybody's missing games though, and that's kind of like sucky too, because it's like, I mean, how many of these top guys have missed games for? Ace hasn't been playing. Dylan Harper missed the first game. VJ hasn't been playing. Some of it's not all been like injuries either. It's just like, hey, we're holding the guy like type of thing. So it's not like it's hey, Cooper's the only guy that's not playing out there. They're all missing games.
Well, and he played, right? Harper's only played 16 minutes that we saw against the Mavs. He didn't play in game 1. And so, I mean, at least Cooper played and like fulfilled his duty, basically.
His destiny.
He basically did. But I think we saw enough to know proof of concept of Cooper Flagg, right? Like I think we've seen enough of that. I don't think we've seen enough in terms of giving him enough reps in order for him to get better at the things that they were asking him to do. Like if that's the things that they kept telling us. We said it on the show multiple times. They wanted him to be the ball handler so that he could get reps against like some fringe level NBA defenders and sometimes some really good ones, and like Carter Bryant and others. Bronny James being one is, NBA level defender. Like just the legacy of his family and just the way, like the genes and how his dad is just like.
His dad didn't even want to be interviewed.
We may have to talk about that at some point soon.
No. What are we going to talk about?
LeBron James.
Again.
Isaac hates LeBron. That's why I love bringing up anytime I can. But I think that the way that the Mavs pitched it was like, we want him to get these reps. Well, I don't think he got enough reps to like grow that much if you're only going to play 2 games. But I get why they did it, and I do think we saw enough of him to know that all right, he's going to be able to do a lot of these things that we hoped on the NBA level.
It's enough for us to be excited about what he could be alongside the other guys. If he was going to a situation like Brooklyn, then this is probably pretty much what it's going to look like what you saw in those 2 games.
Wizards, the Wizards rosters,
of just like giving him the ball and it's like, have fun, let's like trial by air. But it's like, I feel like we got to see him. Yeah, he had the ball and he brought the ball to the floor and different things, but it got us enough. It was like a small little appetizer that they bring out to the table, and it got us enough excited of like, man, like the main course of like what it's gonna be with these other guys. Like, it's not like things would have to go drastically wrong for what it looked like in Summer League and that role to be the exact same role. I mean, we're talking like a lot of injuries and everything, but I am so much more. I was excited before, but I'm so much more excited to see this Cooper Flagg alongside AD and Lively and Clay and D'Lo to start, Kyrie. I'm just so excited for that because that's his goals. They said on the broadcast, they asked him like, "Hey, what's your goals for the season?" He's like, "Obviously, I'd love to win Rookie of the Year, but his main thing is like, I want to contribute at a high level with all those other guys." And that's the cool thing is like, I think we're going to be able to see Cooper maximized like in his rookie season. But in this win now situation with all these other guys around, it's going to be so much fun, man.
It's going to be weird because he's not like coming in as the star.
Yeah.
He will not be the best player on his team, and that doesn't happen very often to the number 1 pick guy. It happened to Ricochet with Trae Young, last year, but it doesn't happen very often. Also, do you know you said trial by error?
Trial by fire?
Trial by fire or trial and error.
Let's go.
Took me a second, and I was like,
That's why you were laughing over there.
yeah, I was like, wait, what did he just say? Coming up, let's talk about what we learned from Cooper Flagg and what's next for the Mavericks in Summer League. What do we want to see from everybody else? Get into that and more coming up. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by Hungry Root. If you are somebody like me, you're busy. Like, I literally flew from Vegas here today and then had some stuff to do today, and now I'm doing this show, and there's just too many things to focus on, too many things to do and to keep track of, that you can't keep track of groceries and meal planning and figuring out your diet and everything like that. That's where Hungry Root comes into play. They use smart cart technology to recommend groceries, recipes, even supplements tailored to your preferences, whether you are one of these. Dairy-free, gluten-free, focus on gut health, or just trying to eat better. Aren't we all? Hungry Root's got you covered. Take their quiz and see which stuff. I took the quiz from Hungry Root recently, and I love the stuff that it ended up putting in my box, where you go through. And I actually kind of enjoyed the quiz part of it, where it's like, what kinds of things do you like? How do you want to eat? How active are you? All these different questions, and you go through it, and then it gives you a tailored list of things and what would be in the box. Take advantage of the exclusive offer for a limited time. Get 40% off of first box plus a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/LockedOnNBA. Use the code LockedOnNBA, all one word. hungryroot.com/LockedOnNBA. Code LockedOnNBA to get 40% off your first box and a free item of choice for life.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
Thanks for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs, being part of the show, part of the Raccoon Squad. That's what we call our listeners, listening every single day on Apple, Spotify, Himalaya app, CastBox, YouTube Music, all those great places. A telephone somewhere holding up to a speaker. I don't know. However you listen to us, we appreciate you for hanging out with us. What did we learn from Cooper Flagg in Summer League? Got 2 games. Think we saw enough of him for proof of concept, but what do we learn about Cooper Flagg? To me, I learned that Cooper Flagg is every bit the athlete that we hoped that he was going to be. This is one thing I think that Summer League is good for, where you get to see these guys with the next level of athlete. There's college players, there's international players, and then you get to G League and then NBA. Those are like different levels, but Summer League is like the next step up to NBA, I think. Because you do have a lot of rotation NBA players. Look at the Wizards roster. Look at the Wizards roster. It's going to be a lot of NBA players. And so I think we saw Cooper Flagg stand out athletically, both size, leaping ability, speed, is change of direction. Like, I think we saw a lot of those things pop. And I think that's something with the dunks and explosiveness and all that. And I think that's something that translates, that I think we did learn that, yeah, that is going to work on an NBA level, and I'm not worried about it.
I mean, that missed dunk that happened right in front of you where he flew into the lane. I mean, how many players, is going for that, and looks like that when they're flying through the air, of like just that size, the wingspan, and just how far, high up and stuff he was. Like, I mean, I was watching this evening. Once again, I've watched an unhealthy amount of Summer League basketball. I was watching the 2-man game of Danny Wolf and Drew Timme, and I was reminded. Of the athleticism of Cooper Flagg, because they were a little bit more grounded than Cooper. But Drew
Timme plays like a player, like playing 2K, where the jump button is stuck. Like, you can't hit that button on your
he's balling out
controller. He's playing well, yeah.
Yeah.
Jokic plays the same way, where he doesn't look like he has a jump button either.
What about Yang?
Oh, I was at the game the other night.
When he threw that on
he threw that down that Yang
Yang.
Like, I don't know. But yeah, he's fun, man. It's gonna take some time for him. Yeah. He had some turnovers. He obviously had some fouls. He got crushed on defense a couple of times where he just got blown by, but he's got really good touch, and and it's fun. The energy in that room was different.
People call him the Big Tariff. I kind of feel bad. But no, it's just
not if the tariffs fix the country.
With Cooper, I can't help to be thinking of like the space that he's going to play with.
Right.
And
Coach said that specifically.
Yeah, it's like they're they obviously played him both games, really aggressive, really, uptight. Carter Bryant in his grill the whole time. But I mean, how many times did he get to the basket? It's like he's so big and he kind of overpowers people. You don't think of him as a guy of like, hey, I'm going to cross you up and get to the basket. But it feels like a lot of times he can get into the paint and touch the paint, which is something you always want for somebody who could drive. It's like, hey, just touch the paint, get to the paint. And I'm now imagine, no disrespect to all these other guys out there, but imagine the guys that's going to be spread out. I mean, having a Kyrie or having a D'Angelo Russell who shoots really good catch and shoot shots. Having Klay Thompson over here. Shout out Klay.
Yada, yada, yada.
Taking those shots.
Wow.
It's just like, I mean, that's going to create so much space and stuff for him. And he's a good passer. I know he's wanting to get better at his lob passes and stuff, but he's going to have like a lively in the short corner. Like, picture this. You get him the ball at the top of the key. You bring AD up for his high screen and roll. You have Lively in the dunker spot. You have like D'Lo and Klay opening night on the opposite sides of the wings. And it's just like, now he's going to go to the basket. And what do you got? You could do a pick and pop with AD, who's probably going to miss like a long jumper. Or you could hit AD. No, I was just kidding, guys.
Wow.
I was just kidding. It's the long range, like mid range
stuff. He can't
stuff.
see right now. He's going through surgery.
He can see now. It's fixed. But it's like
we talked about detached retina at Summer League so much too. Everyone was like, he couldn't have been fully detached. He would have been blind. And we just like.
I have so many thoughts on that story, but
many
like Cooper's driving the lane, and it's like, all right, cool. Well, then at that point, Lively's defender's going to come up, so he's going to have a lob up to Lively if he doesn't pull up and shoot, which he has the touch, or if they close it on the wing like they've been doing and stuff in Summer League. You hit D'Lo, you hit Klay. Like, I am super excited to see that in action. And I also want to say, I think people are underestimating the AD Cooper Flagg combo.
Yeah.
I think that combo right there could be really special and a lot of fun.
Because he had a really good connection with Malawach at Duke. And Malawach has, is going to be probably a solid NBA player. He's not going to be Anthony Davis. Right?
No, I mean, Malawach is more like that Lively Gafford type of role that, he's been used to at Duke. But just having somebody that like,
lob threat, another one. Like,
yeah, like if you think about early days AD in New Orleans coming out of Kentucky, a little bit more, like what Cooper's body is right now. So there's a lot of it's cool that both of those guys, that Cooper can learn from AD about playing this spot and playing the four and different things. So I'm just excited for them to play off each other. It might take a little bit, might see some rust in there, some spacing stuff. I'm expecting some spacing weirdness to start the season. It's like, oh, why are you bringing your defender over there? Like, let him like do his thing. But I think long term, seeing those two guys together for the next like year or so, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
That is going to be fun. I think the geometry of the court will change for the Mavericks a little bit. The paint, like working in that paint area, like it's going to be, there's not going to be a ton of space in there, but there's going to be so many options with like little quick things that you can do. Like all the things that you just mentioned, a floater for Cooper Flagg. We saw him finish around somebody where he did, you do like the scoop shot right at the rim because he's just got length all over the place. And so
and he's going to cut too. Like he's going to be the youngest guy in that lineup. So they're going to be telling the 18-year-old, like, keep moving. He's going to keep moving. He's going to keep cutting. And I mean, he's going to be playing off the ball probably more than he has it since, I don't know, early days. And imagine the lobs he's going to get, the cutting days of him just like off of AD. Kyrie likes to cut and stuff too, but he's going to get so many easy baskets. I think that it's just going to be like, wow, I'm not used to this.
Yeah, it's going to be different. It's definitely a different context. And that's one of the things with Summer League that I kept wanting to reiterate is like, this is not what they want Cooper Flagg to be. This is what they want the try for him to be in Summer League, to like work on those kind of things. So I'm very fascinated to see what he looks like. But I think we saw a lot of really positive things from Cooper Flagg. We talked about some of the negatives yesterday, or the struggles. Interested in how the jump shot translates and how that looks. He made a couple of them that looked really good. But
there's so many things. I know I made the joke of like, hey, the new Tatum is just 19. It's going to be Cooper is 18. But it's like, I was listening to this national pod a few days ago, and they were talking about how they were talking to other team officials, like watching the Mavericks in that game and stuff. And how the other team guys, whether scouts or front office guys, were like, dude, it's insane some of the stuff that he's already picked up as an 18-year-old. Like, and it's stuff that like we wouldn't really like clip and put on, TikTok or something. but it's stuff that's like vets in the NBA know spacing stuff, where to go, some screens and stuff, some actions, some doubles, like what you do in response to this, and just like the composure of different things. And that's the stuff that's like, yeah, you can look at some of the percentages on things or whatever, but it's like you watch those 2 games and you're like, this dude belongs and is going to like play at a high level for a very long time.
Absolutely. Coming up, let's talk about the rest of the Summer League squad. What do we expect? What do we want to see out of those guys? Let's talk about that and more coming up. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel Sportsbook has all kinds of props and odds, things that you can use to get in on the action. Isaac, guess the line. Mavs Hornets Summer League. Guess the spread. Mavs technically the home team, even though it's in Vegas and doesn't matter.
I'm gonna go Hornets -6.5.
Oh, Hornets 7.5. You're so close. That is so close. You want to do some random ones like?
Yeah, throw me one.
Clippers, Lakers. Lakers technically the home team.
Lakers 2.5 minus.
Lakers +1.
They didn't want that Bronny bump. Okay.
The Cole Swindler slide. They don't want that apparently.
Okay.
Go check out all kinds of great things on FanDuel. Suns, Kings.
Suns, Kings. I'll go Suns -1.5.
Suns +5. Kings -5. Great stuff on FanDuel. And if you're confident in any one of those or anything else on FanDuel, put down $5. If you're a new customer, you get $150 in bonus bets if that first bet wins. Open FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com to get started with FanDuel. Please gamble responsibly.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
All right, Isaac, we're talking about the Mavs Summer League squad. We're talking about Cooper Flagg. They're shutting him down. No more Cooper Flagg. I am fascinated to see how this team will function without Cooper Flagg because they really only have like 2 ball handlers now. In Ryan Nembhard, the Mavs 2-way guy, and in Jordan Hall, who's like a 6'7", point forward, Lamar Odom-ish type, forward for them. And Lamar Odom's a bad example, Nick. Come on. You can't give the example of like one of the worst Mavericks stories.
I'm just going to ignore that.
Sorry.
Someone looked like Rondo, too.
I did see Rondo in the arena.
Whoa. Shout out.
Yeah. If you saw Rondo right now in an arena, what would you do?
I don't know. I've seen him different times with because of Kentucky stuff and yeah.
Here's a hypothetical for you. He was on the Mavs 2020, or he's on the Lakers 2020 championship team.
No.
He has been looking for coaching opportunities, potentially.
None of the other guys in the front office above Kid was here, so
everybody is gone. That was with him, right? Like,
except, well, no, yeah,
no,
except he came over with Dwight.
He came with Dwight Powell.
No,
wow, Dwight's
the only thing we have left, guys.
Dwight Powell trade lives on.
Explain yourself. Sorry.
Okay, moving on from Rondo, as we do several times a year. I'm fascinated to see how the offense runs and like what is it just going to be Nembhard over and over again? Is it Jordan Hall? Does anybody else step up? I thought Zurich Phelps showed a little bit here and there in the last game. I thought that was cool to see him go out there, show some athleticism, show some ability to get to the rim. But yeah, that's the first big question for me is, all right, who's running the offense? Because Cooper Flagg was doing a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty tough watch. It's going to be pretty tough because that second game, it was like Cooper and then I don't know what was going on with some of the other guys. But yeah, I mean, you obviously want a bounce back game for Nembhard. We'll see. I'm interested in seeing some of these young Charlotte guys.
You have any more thoughts about him playing against size from the other night?
No, I mean, I said it the other day. I was just like, I think it's just expected. I don't think it's anything you learned, or I didn't like watch it and like learn anything. Yeah. He's tiny. Like he's really small. He knows how to play the game and he's a lot of fun. He does a lot of like good things on the floor. But there's a ceiling, and it's like what we said the other day. It's like I think he can be a good backup guard. That's going to be a smart guard, a TJ McConnell type of guy that you can bring in and keep the offense going and all the stuff. So the mid-range shot, he's got that. And then when you're that small, you got to play super quick and you got to be able to blow past people and get to the basket and stuff. And I think he can do that at times. But yeah, size is just always going to be, especially a guy like Dylan Harper or Carter Bryant, some of those other guys. It's going to be tough for him. So
it's a big adjustment. And that Spurs defense was playing really well. I was making fun of them, but they were doing like legitimately defensive drills and warm-ups instead of just doing layup lines, instead of like taking shots. They were legitimately like in like shell defense, and they were rotating the ball around, and they were just like running to their spots and trying to stay like connected and all that. And you don't see that very often in any NBA context.
But to his credit, it's not like this is something new to him, right? Like he's been this small.
Yeah. Right.
So it's like you go back to the Montverde days, and it's like he played on these incredible, insane high school teams with Cade Cunningham and Scotty Barnes and Moses Moody and different people. So it's like, I was listening to Kevin Boyle, who's the Montverde basketball coach for many years, Cooper's coach and stuff too. The Montverde team that had Cooper and Asa Newell and Liam McNeely and who's the guy I'm missing? Derek Queen. But he was on Ryan Russillo's pod, and he was talking about all those guys, and he was talking about Nembhard and stuff too. So he's played against these top talent, his whole life. Obviously played at Gonzaga before he came here. So he's been used to it. It's just, I think the thing with him is I'm not going in expecting Nembhard to be like, oh, he's going to be our flamethrower off the bench and he's going to like get a ton of points. I'm expecting him to be more of a floor general type of backup guard, like a smaller, this might be a bad comparison, but like a smaller Andre Miller type of guy. That's just going to keep the offense going, but I'm never expecting him to score 30 in an NBA game. And I think if you are expecting Nembhard to be like a flamethrower, Jordan Clarkson role type of guy, I think you could be in trouble with that.
Yeah, that's not what he's going to do. He's a setup guy. Like he sets up everybody. He had 7 assists in that game, even though he didn't shoot that well. And they wanted him to be aggressive too, just like they asked Cooper Flagg. They wanted Nembhard to be aggressive. Coach talked about it several times. They wanted to see Nembhard play on and off the ball because they believe that he can do it.
That's the separation from him and JJ Barea. I think JJ is more of a natural scorer and more of like flamethrower. He's going to have these hot streaks and like all the stuff. I think Nembhard's more of the natural, like keep everything flowing and going type thing.
Yeah. Jamarian Sharp.
Massive.
He's very tall. I've not seen anything from him that says he should get that last 2-way spot. And honestly, I started looking down the list, and I don't know that I've seen anything from these guys that say they should get the last 2-way spot. Miles Kelly has the other one. He's been great. Very happy about my guy, Miles Kelly. But I haven't seen anything from another one of the Mavericks that says, like, all right, you are the leader in the clubhouse right now.
Yeah, no, me neither. I mean, I think Jordan Hall's had some moments at times, but a lot of times, when you go into camp, it's a lot of teams will bring in one of those open spots. It's like almost like, hey, well, at least these guys are fighting for something. Yeah. And it doesn't mean that somebody in camp's always going to get it either. I mean, a lot of times, teams make their cuts in camp in September, early October, and then it's like, bam, they're signing another guy from another person's roster that got let go. So we could see.
Give the example. Give the classic example.
Oh, well, yeah, that's more of like a guaranteed contract thing of like you could beat out a guy with it. Sam Dallenberg had the guaranteed 1-year minimum deal as a vet that they brought into camp and stuff. But then Salah Mejri came into camp and played really, really well. And what did they do? They waived a guaranteed contract, a minimum contract in Dallenberg, and kept Salah Mejri. And Salah was a legend in that. So Miles Kelly's fun. I think he's somebody I'm looking forward to watching these last 2 games. He's gonna get up shots and stuff. So, and then I mean, you might know more about this since you were there, but the Melvin Ajinca stuff.
Yeah,
he's the wild card. If he can play, I think that's very intriguing. I just want to see him play basketball.
I know we haven't because of the groin injury, and so I don't know. He's big too. Like he is all of 6'8", 6'9". Like he stands out.
Yeah, I wonder what the timing of that groin injury is or was, because it's
he practiced, so it had to have happened between the practices in Dallas and before the first game.
So I'm like, why would he come over if he's not going to play at all? But
no, because he practiced because we talked to him after one of the practices, and you don't talk to people unless they actually did practice that day.
Yeah,
and so
practices,
by the way, are like mostly closed until the very end. So it's not like we're sitting there watching the entire practice.
I'll tell you something that's really sad for me to see is Adam Mares and that crew over there doing interviews with Jared Dudley and JJ Barea.
D'Angelo Russell didn't like it either. He tweeted a thumbs down emoji responding to that story.
That's funny.
I know.
That sucked.
Seeing Dudley, Tim Hardaway Jr. and JJ Barea all sitting watching the Nuggets. Team was like that.
One of those guys is unlike the other, but seeing JJ and
one of them's
Dudley,
a player, and the other two are coaches.
exactly. Seeing JJ and Dudley in like Denver polos, I'm like this
Right.
is gross. Like
Yeah,
this
it's
shouldn't
weird.
be happening right now.
And I think I learned that the Mavs didn't reach out to JJ.
Never mind. If a guy like JJ Barea wants to get into coaching and has been coaching and is going to be an assistant in the NBA, I feel like his start should be in Dallas. But
And the coach played with him on the 2011 team. It started with him on the 2011 team.
yeah, but I'm not gonna say anything like get up in arms about assistant coaches. But I don't know. Maybe it's just like nostalgia.
But if he wants to
Setting
get
in.
into coaching and be like a developer, maybe. I mean,
It's just
think-
that how big these like coaching staffs are nowadays, and how many people they have on both rows of the bench. I'm like, dang, like it'd been cool if JJ could have got his start in Dallas, like as an assistant and stuff. But oh well.
I think he might be a front row assistant coach too.
Oh well, that changes the little thing.
It would change things if that's
Him
the
and
case.
Dudley together front row.
Because assistant coaches, literally the importance is like front row on the bench. Literally during the game, you'll have the main guys. Like the Mavs main guys will be
Triano, Vogel,
Frank Vogel, Jay Triano, and
Popeye Jones.
yeah, probably, and then or Phil Handy, and then the back row. Then you have the back row guys, which is like the next group. And so if you get
That's
a front
where,
row,
like, Sham God said, and
yeah, development coaches, younger assistant coaches, and stuff like that. So if you do get a front row job, then that is different because one of those wasn't open for the Mavs for JJ Barea.
yeah,
They could have just brought him in as a development guy, but if he got an actual assistant job, that is a different thing. So that's a fair thing to point out that could have been the difference.
true.
Right.
Kind of like the Jared Dudley thing in Denver. Like,
But I do know they didn't even. But I do know they didn't even reach out. So like, that's another story entirely.
Bummer. It is a bummer. But then again, there's a little history there with some ex-players and from that championship team not being around the team anymore.
That's a sad one, especially with our guy. Let us know.
Go
in the
Cooper
comments
Flagg.
section. Let
This
us
is
know in the
fun.
comment section. Everybody, just be distracted by the shiny object. Let us know what you think about Cooper Flagg. Did you see enough from him in Summer League? What do you want to see from the rest of the Mavs crew? And subscribe to the Locked On Mavs text line. Go to the link in the description, the subtext link, and we will have all kinds of alerts and things like that all throughout the offseason. Anytime we hear a rumor, we'll send it to you guys. Thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs.
Peace out.
Boom.
Dallas is going to get a seat at the table.